So today we are looking at equations of tangents and normal to a curve. And just a definition, a tangent is a line that touches a curve once, and a normal is that line that is perpendicular to the tangent. So tangent is not new to you, but I know normal is new. So normal is that line that touches, that is perpendicular to the tangent. Now, definitions are not important in maths, so let's go direct to working. So, example, you are told, find the equation of a tangent at the indicated point. So, the first question is y is equals to x cubed plus x raised to power 2 plus 1 at the point 1, 3. So, in other words, what the question is asking you is you find the equation of a tangent which passes through the curve whose equation is this, and the point where the curve and the tangent meet is 1, 3. So what you do, the first thing is you get the gradient function. Remember, the gradient function is the equation of the gradient. So this is differentiating, so you get dy dx, and the dy dx of this equation is supposed to be 3x squared plus 2x. That one you should be able to do at this point. Then at the point 1, 3 means that the gradient should be equals to, now we have the equation of the gradient. So where there is x, you put the value of x here, which is 1. In other words, you substitute 1 here. So if you substitute 1, then the answer will be 5. So the gradient of the tangent at this point is 5. Then from form 2 work, we know that finding the equation of a straight line, you take a general point xy, and the point given, that one is given in the question 1, 3, and the gradient that we have gotten here, which is 5. Then you work it out to get the equation y is equals to 5x minus 2. Always leave your answer in the form of y is equals to mx plus c, unless it is indicated otherwise. Now number 2 was, the equation is y is equals to x cubed plus 6x squared minus 3x plus 1. And in this case, now we are not given a point. We are given the value of x is equals to 0. So first, remember you require a point. So you need to ask yourself, when x is equals to 0, what is the value of y? So in our equation, and remember it is the equation given, not the equation of the tangent. So not the equation of the gradient. So kwenye kuko na x, unaweka the value of x, which is 0. So you get y is equals to 1. So the point where the tangent and the curve meet is 0, 1. So that is the first thing. Then we also need the gradient. So we need to get the dy dx of the function given. So dy dx ni 3x squared plus 12x minus 3. So at the point 0, 1, the gradient will be, penye kuna x unaweka 0. So the gradient will be equals to negative 3. So now you have the gradient negative 3. You have a point 0, 1 and a general point xy. Again, you work it out. And then remember your answer should be in the form of y is equals to mx plus c, unless the question states otherwise. So that is how you get the equation of a tangent. Now, equation of a normal. Now, remember we have said a normal is a line that is perpendicular to the tangent. A normal is a line that is perpendicular to the tangent. So for example, you are told to find the equation of a normal at the point given. So y is equals to x cubed plus 3x squared minus 3 at the point x is equals to 2. So the solution is, first you need to get the value of y, because you're only given the value of x. Again, kwa hii equation yenye umepewa, you substitute 2 where there is x. So the value of y is 17. So the point where the tangent and the curve meet is 2 and 17. And remember, it is a point where the tangent, the curve, and the normal meet by looking at this. So the normal, the curve, and the tangent. So hii point zina meet zote, ndio point tumepata ni 217. The next thing, you get the dy dx, so that there is the gradient function. So it will be 3x squared plus 6x, that is differentiating. Now, you ask yourself, at the point where x is equals to 2, what is the gradient? So, kwa hii gradient function, una replace 2. You get 24. But remember, we are not looking at the equation of the tangent. We are looking at the equation of the normal. So, but you know that the normal is perpendicular to the tangent. So, hii gradient tumepata hapa ni gradient ya tangent. So, gradient ya normal inafaa kuwa, we go back again to form 2. For m1 times m2 should give us -1. That is, the product of the gradients of two perpendicular lines is equals to -1. So 24 times m2 is equals to -1. So m2 is supposed to be -1 over 24. So now you find the equation of the normal. Uko na common point xy, uko na hii point yenye umepewa kwa swali 217, and the gradient is -1 over 24. Then you work out this. Remember, leave your answer in the form of y is equals to mx plus c. Lastly, question yenye umepewa hapa ni this is the equation of the curve at the point x is equals to 1. So it means that at the point where the curve, the normal, and the tangent meet, x is equals to 1. So you ask yourself, what will be the value of y? So you replace y, x here. Ndio y inakuja 0 if you work it out. So our point where all this meet is 1, 0. Then you get the dy dx, so that you can be able to get the gradient. So dy dx yangu inanipe 4x cubed minus 6x plus 2. Then, so at the point x is equals to 1, remember that is given, then the gradient is equals to, unaweka the value of x. You put the value of x kwa hii curve hapa, and the value of x is 1. Hapa nimekosea, nimeweka 0, but the value of x is 1. Again, you replace the value of x so that you get the gradient is equals to 0. So if the gradient of the tangent is 0, it means that the gradient of the normal is also 0, because it is still be 0. So you come and take x, a common point xy, the point you have 1, 0, and the gradient 0. So when you work it out, your equation is y is equals to 0. So try the assignment that I'll post immediately.